What is up, guys? I'm EJ. I'm joined by Shamari and Kendall. We have another DC Fandome panel discussion here. We're going to be talking about Black Adam. So we had The Rock answer a bunch of fan questions, give out some details about his movie Black Adam, set to come out 2021, late 2021 as of now. Though they didn't really talk about the release date, which makes me think that that movie may be delayed. So this was a good panel. I thought that The Rock. It's funny, we talk a lot about on our podcast about how does The Rock have a true understanding of who Black Adam is, because we've seen kind of previous comments and previous posts where he kind of props up Black Adam as like a superhero and this very heroic guy, and we are like, yo, I know that may be who you want to play, but that is not who Black Adam is. I think that clearly, maybe he was making mistakes or maybe he did want to kind of throw off the fans. Regardless, he seems to have a great understanding of the character now. And I thought his explanation of Black Adam's kind of pursuit of unqualified justice only through his lens, and how that lens is very flawed and very skewed and is in any means by necessary and ruthless lens, is exactly what you want to hear when you're talking about doing a Black Adam project. So I was thrilled to hear about that. I was thrilled to see, obviously, we got the confirmation finally that the JSA will indeed be a big part of this movie. I think they're basically his antagonists, which I think is very interesting because we have a movie that's centered around not necessarily a hero, but a villain or anti-hero, whatever you want to call him. And the good guys, so to speak, are actually the one that will be trying to take him down, but the story is told from his perspective. So it's unique in that regard, and I think that that's going to be a fun project to see how they put that together. I'll go to Kendall first. What did you make of the Black Adam panel?
Yeah, I thought Black Adam was I thought it was cool. I mean, obviously The Rock brought a ton of energy.
He did
to the panel. Which The Rock brings a ton of energy to everything he does. So
pretty much.
yeah, The Rock could bring a ton of energy to making eggs in the morning. And, and doing the laundry, doing the laundry. He's bringing a ton of energy.
So, yeah, no, I thought this was a very cool panel for something that obviously they didn't have a ton to show. Shout out Boss Logic for really getting this.
Boss Logic really. I thought he really uplifted this panel for sure. Without him, I don't know if this would have worked as well as it did.
Yeah, exactly. So they really had some cool stuff to show. Seeing the concept art that he had of him initially in Kondak, in the chains and stuff, he's all skinny, and I'm like, are we gonna see that in the movie? Are we gonna see The Rock as kind of a Steve Rogers type of thing where he's a skinny guy, and then he doesn't have to be a stick, but someone who's kind of normally built, and then he grows into The Rock Black Adam. That would be interesting because The Rock, typically, The Rock obviously in normal form looks like a superhero. But if we're going with kind of the Shazam thing where he gets big, you can't do that with with The Rock, typically. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, the concept art for the costume looks great. You mentioned the JSA. They confirmed that Noah Santino is going to be Atom Smasher. We know that we got Hawkman. It's a ton of back and forth and a ton of speculation on who that's going to be. They did not confirm that, which I know a lot of people are upset about, but we know we're getting Dr. Fate as well, Cyclone, so it looks like this is going to be a very, very interesting project. Yeah. And like EJ mentioned, the idea of The Rock having clearly a better understanding of what the character of Black Adam is and who he's going to be playing, and he slipped up at one point with superhero or anti-hero or super villain, whatever you want to call him. I'm like, all right, yeah, you slipped up a little bit.
Yeah.
But he called himself, and hey, look, I think that this is going to be a different project, which I think The Rock has certainly tried to drill into the heads of people. Don't expect this guy to be Superman. Speaking of Superman, he also teased that could be seeing Henry Cavill.
Yeah, he said he kind of said, "Hey, I want the smoke."
Yeah, exactly. Some sort of bout with Superman, maybe in the movie. Or if not the movie, then
pitch for a future movie.
Yeah, maybe a future Superman versus Black Adam movie. that would certainly. He was all about making money. Walter.
Well, I know I don't want to go on a super tangent, but I've said on the podcast that to me, if they did a Man of Steel, 2, I guess. To me, I always said Black Adam is a great idea for Man of Steel 2, we've talked about that on the podcast. So when I heard him kind of tease some kind of interaction with Superman, I'm not saying you're gonna do it for Man of Steel, but when I heard him tease that, I was like, ooh, okay, now we're cooking with gas.
Yeah. I mean, I completely agree. I think that would be a wonderful movie. I certainly hope it happens. But I thought the panel was great. It was very exciting to see the Justice Society finally confirmed.
Yeah.
We know Hawkman. We know Dr. Fate. We know Atom Smasher. We know Cyclone. I mean, this is going to be really...
We're Stripesy.
This is going to be really exciting. I mean, this is going to be a very big movie. Which again, we had the JSA teased or rumored for a long time. So it's awesome to finally get that confirmation and to see just the concept of what they're doing with Black Adam exactly. And like you said, EJ, seeing The Rock kind of have that image fleshed out of who Black Adam is was extremely comforting, and it just goes to show that, you know, this is, if you're a Black Adam fan, which I mean, I'm sure they're out there. I don't know exactly how many there are, but if you're a Black Adam fan, this is the movie for you. And The Rock is basically a dream cast for Black Adam.
Yeah, you really see it.
Oh
now.
yeah.
And this year, kind of like you're like, I don't believe The Rock, Black Adam.
But no, The Rock is Black Adam.
Yeah, man. Because again, I think what we questioned was, will The Rock embrace that kind of, you know, very kind of, you know, villainous kind of, you know, role. It's like, I don't know, The Rock's such a nice guy. And
he doesn't really play. He hasn't really played those.
He hasn't played those. He's playing, you know, somebody with some sort of like, you know, with a different type of, you know, swagger. But this Black Adam, he looks like he's really gonna, you know, dive into that. Just, you know, I'm just the enforcer here, which is very interesting. Yeah, I can't wait to also see, you know, what they do with Kahndaq and how that looks, and give me a lot of flashbacks to X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean
that's
early
scenes in that movie.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole other discussion.
Oh yeah,
in terms of what they're gonna do about Kahndaq.
Yeah, we're gonna get a Gods of Egypt vibe, or are we getting a?
No, hopefully. I mean, we'll see what they end up doing with Kahndaq. That'll be interesting.
Yes,
it will be. But you know, shout out to The Rock, obviously Miami Hurricane wrestler. So I got a lot of love for Dwayne, and I'm excited for this project. But that's it for this video. Obviously, make sure you stay on this YouTube channel to check out all of our DC Fandome videos. Plenty of content on the way. Of course, check out our podcast, New Generation Hero Talk. You can find that on New Generation Podcast Network. That's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and TuneIn. I'm EJ for Shamari and Kendall. Take it easy, guys.